Okay, welcome back everyone. Welcome to a new trading week. This is Jeff here with FXMindshift and welcome to your Sunday weekly review. So, taking a look at the calendar, guys, you guys can see a stark contrast from what we saw last week. Last week we had a whole bunch of high impact news. We had FOMC, we had GBP news, we had NFP. This week, we have basically, complete opposite of that, right? We have two red folders here, one in the New York session on Monday, 10 a.m. for USD, ISM services, right? And another one also on Thursday, unemployment claims, which we have every week, but certainly a lot different from what we had last week when we had all that high impact news. So this week, probably going to be expecting a lot less, economic events driving the markets and more so just, pure price action, but we're also looking for, follow through and follow up from the news events that we had last week. So let's take a look at the charts. We're going to go over to the DXY chart first. All right, so starting with our monthly top down, we have on the monthly chart, the move from last week brought price lower into this monthly consolidation, right? So we were originally in this monthly consolidation. We had price moving lower into the range. We were expecting price to move lower into the range down here, and that's what we got from the news last week. So looking to target the wick below here, I believe this is February or March, right? So the low here of the wick, and that's going to be around 102.34. That's what we're drawing towards, okay? And that's what we're going to be reaching towards, coming back down towards the swing low, of course, right? But that is going to be the draw on the monthly. So let's go down to the weekly chart. We'll kind of draw out the ranges here, and we'll see it a little bit clearer. All right, so again, this is our weekly range. We can see the low here, right? I'm going to be targeting this low next, coming down for the weekly OB and the imbalance here, but this level is where I'll be drawing to on the monthly. So you can see the move from last week gave us this nice shift down, right? And we were expecting price to trade up a little bit into the imbalance here, right? And then move down, which is exactly what we did. So if you go back and look at last week's review, this is the prediction that we wanted to see price go up into the imbalance here, create kind of like a swing high here, and then eventually move lower down the range. Because we had already seen price take out the lows here, we were expecting price to continue its move down. So we got that, right? And we can see that price is moving down into that weekly OB here, right? So we're going to be looking to target this level down here next. And let's take a look at the daily chart, okay, for that. So this is our daily, right? And if you remember, we had this nice little move below the swing low here, and then we moved up into this consolidation, and that's where we started the week. So we wanted to see price move up into the imbalance here, create a swing high, give us a reaction, and then move lower, right? And that's, once again, exactly what we got. Once we had the news up here, right? This was just prior to FOMC, and then NFP kind of finished out the week with this big, large move in the shift down. Okay, so trading now down into the daily imbalance OB here, but once again, looking to target the lows, okay, and then trade into the imbalance down here. That's going to be the draw and the direction. So this week we're going to be expecting a bearish continuation of the dollar, right? We're probably going to get a swing low here to form and price to retrace. So we're going to look for something to happen like this, where we get a retracement back into the imbalance in the range and then continue down lower, right? So pretty straightforward. I think it's going to be pretty, as I said, no economic news this week to drive the market, so it's just going to be looking for price to give us these continuations of structure. So let's go down the 4 hour and we'll take a look at the 4 hour ranges, right? So just broke through the swing low here, right? Nothing really too telling right now since we've just gotten this big bearish move down, but we can see the retracement here in the swing low that's going to be forming. Okay, we're going to look to come back into the imbalance, probably trade back in to mitigate the low, and then we can see if we get a lower high reaction and then a move down like so. Okay, so, and then continuation down. So looking for the bearish continuation of the dollar going into this week. So let's compare that over to EU next, right? All right, so EU on the monthly, we can see that we have, again, monthly consolidation, but we're moving higher. Price reacted to the monthly OB here, right? And the imbalance, the swing low that was created here gave us this push up, and you can see that we ended last week and the end of the month bullish as expected. Okay, so I'm still going to be targeting the monthly highs here. Okay, obviously the next wick is going to be what we target above here, which is around 109 or 110, big figure, but we're going to be looking to target this structure above here completely. So continuing to be bullish, right? Because also correlating with the dollar, we're expecting the dollar to be bearish. So obviously we'd expect euro to continue to be bullish going forward. So let's go to the weekly chart here. All right, take a look at the weekly ranges, right? Same idea. We're inside of our weekly range here. We saw price react to the lows here. We saw price continue to hold the order flow. We specifically mentioned this weekly imbalance last week for price to react to. Lo and behold, that's exactly where we got price to come down into, right, and give us the reaction. So once again, looking for price to take out the highs here, okay, but eventually targeting the high up here as well, but looking to target 110 big figure and the equal highs up here first. Okay, so going into the daily and the daily reaction, right? So that was the weekly OB area, and we can refine that, okay, to where we actually see the daily get traded into right there. Okay, and that's where we left off, and then that's where NFP gave us this move to end the week. So pretty strong move, very strong impulsive move to the upside here. We can pretty much expect price to go for the highs next above here and above here. I'll be looking for the 110 big figure area, and we've got this nice little imbalance up here to target. Okay, so this will be the draw, next draw on liquidity to the 110 big figure, right? 4-hour chart. Okay, again, nothing really we can take away from this until we see price start to retrace or pull back. We can see it starting to happen here, right? We did get a trade into the daily or the H4 imbalance here, and we can see the reaction from that. So we want to see price creating that swing high. We'll see price come back into the range here, and then we'll see a continuation up throughout the week. Okay, pretty simple, pretty straightforward there for EU. Let's go over to GU next. All right, on the monthly, so this was our monthly targets. We saw price continuing to move higher after price took out this swing high here. Wanted to see price come back into the range and then go higher, right? In this monthly consolidation, this is still our target, which is above 131, looks like 131.50, okay, on the monthly, but still in that monthly consolidation moving higher, right? So weekly chart and weekly range. Last thing we saw was price breaking the weekly highs here, and then giving us a retracement, also marking the weekly imbalance and the OB here, right, was where we expected price to give us a reaction. We're basically going to watch to see if news was going to give us a reaction here or take price lower into this lower point of interest here, but you can see the price didn't do that. So we traded into the weekly imbalance here, and this is where we're currently getting our reaction from that weekly OB. So this is where we'd expect price to bounce or continue to hold, right, and continue higher. If we go to the daily chart, we can see the nice reaction from that imbalance area here, right, the refined daily imbalance area, and the nice retracement back up. Now we didn't get a move through the highs here, so this swing low still is respecting that daily OB here. Let's go to the 4 hours so you can see the structure, this structure right here, right? So price, even though we saw price come back up pretty aggressively, right, fast down, fast up here, I'd still need to see price take out these highs for it to, for this to be the higher low and the continuation up, because we still could see price go lower, meaning that we could still see price do this. You can see the respect of the range and the highs here, right, which is giving us this 4 hour pin. We could see price go lower maybe sweep the low one more time and then come back up, right? So essentially I need to see that change of character back to the upside, right, before I can call this the swing low that continues higher. I do expect price to continue higher, right, but I want to see that change of character first. So I need to see basically price either continue from the markets at the start or the open, or maybe we'll go a little lower first into the imbalance, create like a W, right, and then come up. But as long as price still holds this structure, okay, then I'm going to assume price is going to want to continue to trade lower, right? Because we still have areas down here we can draw to. We've got the imbalance here, we've got the OB here, and this is currently where we're trading into. So this is just the first imbalance. So we have another one down here that we could come down further, and that would be the target if price holds this high. Right, as soon as we break above here, right, then we can look to target, or move higher after that and look to target the highs. Okay, so that is for GBP. Let's go over to gold next. All right, and so for gold, we had made that all-time high up here just below that 2,500 mark. We're going to be expecting price to reverse from here, but we still don't have a very clear reversal just yet. We're going to see if we get price. You can see that price did respect the high last week, so we're trading inside of that high and inside of this bar, and there's a very real potential of that being the reversal of the swing high. Okay, so we're going to see if there's going to be some follow through on that this week. So let's take a look at the weekly chart here and the weekly range. All right, so you can see here that price did go higher, right? Attempted to go higher, but we did not cross the threshold. We did not break that high. And so far we're staying underneath that, right? So we want to see if price is going to continue to do so, right? On the monthly, let's go down the weekly markups here, right? This high right here, okay? And you can see that price did initially come down first, right? We dipped into or we tried to dip into the imbalance here, but we saw a reaction and then a move higher, and this move higher failed, or so far failed to take out the high. We'll have to look at the market open, right? What happens with the market open? If it continues down from there, then we can assume that price is putting in that high there, and we can look for price to move lower. Let's take a look at the daily. The daily shows us a little bit more of a bearish reaction. Okay, so we can see that price is holding, in fact, holding that swing high, and price has not traded higher, right? So we want to see if price will hold or continue to hold up here. Okay, we ended with a bearish kind of pin on both sides here, this bearish wick here, right? But the important thing is that we did not go above. Okay, and so the start of the week, or the start of the market open, let's go to the 4 hour here. Okay, we can see that price reacted heavily and gave us this big 4 hour shift and a nice engulfing with a 4 hour change of character. So that's why I'm saying that price will likely hold, or I'd like to see price likely hold that swing high there. We got the 4 hour change of character here. Okay, and we also have a pretty large shift. So this is a 4 hour change of character, right? So we got a pretty large shift, right? Price is retracing back to, so we're going to look for price to hold the high from here, okay, and then trade lower. All right, so that is the expectation this week. How that plays out, we'll see at the market open, right? And the retracement coming back up into the imbalance here, right? Holding the OB and then giving us the lower high and the move down. So that is going to be for gold. And then last but not least, we've got NASDAQ, okay, on the monthly. And you can see that we have completed the monthly 3 bar and the move down. So this is likely going to be our reversal high, right? Coming back into the range. We've got so much in the range here that we can target. This is going to be the obvious first target, right? The monthly OB and the swing low. Okay, and then obviously beyond that, we're going to come down and look for the imbalance here in the OB, right? But this will be our first, liquidity target that we'll go for, the monthly low here. Okay, and that will be right around 16.95 or just below 17,000. Let's go to, this is a liquidity target, okay? And so the monthly is drawing down towards that. That's what we're going to be looking to reach for. Let's go to the weekly. All right, so the weekly is also bearish. As you can see, we have made a nice shift below, a nice little change of character on the weekly here, and trading into the weekly OB. As I said last week, we were already trading into this level last week, and we saw price was reversing, right? And I said that I wasn't expecting this to hold. It is actually holding, but we're still trading lower, and it's still very bearish. So again, I'm going to say this is probably not going to hold. We're probably going to be looking to trade into the weekly OB here, but once again, I'm targeting that low because I'm expecting this to be the reversal. Okay, but the OB here is likely going to give us a reaction, or even after we take out the low here, right, and we trade into the weekly OB, I'm going to be expecting a reaction, and I want to see price give me a move back up for like the right shoulder here. You can see the little head and shoulders pattern, right? So maybe moving back up into the imbalance and then giving me a move down like that. Okay, that's what I would expect here for NASDAQ this week to do. So moving down initially here into this weekly OB area, giving us a reaction and a move up, right? Creating that failure swing, that lower high, and then the continuation down. Okay, that's kind of a weekly snapshot. Let's go to the daily here, and let's see how that looks on the daily. Okay, so yeah, same idea. If you remember last week, at the start of the week, we had this move down and price was moving higher. Okay, so we traded into the daily imbalance here. We had a reaction, and we were looking for price to move back into the imbalance here, maybe trade into the OB or the gap, right? Create the swing high, lower high, and then the continuation down. That's exactly what we got, right? So the move was predicted pretty much to the T. Had this move here, then the lower high, and then the continuation down. Okay, so obviously we're going to target this low next. It's right there. Okay, so 18,200, right? And then just below that we have the daily imbalance and OB down here. So this is going to be the next target to reach for. Okay, and then eventually the low, and taking out that low of the structure. So look for the continuation down here this week. Okay, once we take out this low, we're going to be expecting price to pull back, creating another lower high, and then the continuation down. And then that's what I would expect to happen this week for daily structure. All right, dropping down to the 4 hour, we'll see more of the same. Okay, so let's drop to the 4 hour markups here, right? You can see the reaction here at the imbalance and the mitigation of the swing low, right? The 4 hour high that was created. This was the start of last week. We saw price put in the swing low, but remember, we did not see the change of character, right? So this right here was indicative of price moving lower, right? And then getting the sweep of the lows here, then creating the move up and the change of character with the reaction, and then moving lower, right? So that is going to be a continuation. So we're going to see probably price move again, making a swing low here, right? Trading back up into the imbalance like we did last week, and then continuing lower like so. Right? So looking for a swing low and a move up first, right? Back into the range here, and then continuing lower after that. All right, so that is pretty much the rundown. Really short and sweet this week because we don't have a whole lot of high impact news to worry about this week. It's going to be completely different from last week. The moves should be pretty straightforward. We're going to look for continuation and the follow through from the moves that we got from the news moves last week, right? And everything looks pretty straightforward. Like I said, should be purely price action. No economic drivers, no high impact news that we are going to be expecting to move price a whole lot. We do have those two folders, one on Monday, one on Thursday in the New York session. So those are the only two that you can watch for that will give us any trouble. All right, so that's going to do it, guys. If you have any questions at all, go ahead and drop some comments below and let me know. Otherwise, hopefully you guys will have a good week, and if you have anything that comes up, just you can message me on Telegram as well. I've got a direct Telegram link, and also if you guys want to get the first notifications of when I post these videos here, make sure that you guys also join the free academy, and the link in the description below. I post these videos into our free community first before I upload these into the YouTube video, so you guys will get first hand notification when I post these videos. Okay, so links below in the description. Make sure you guys join, subscribe to the channel. Nonetheless, if you don't subscribe to the free academy, at the very least you should subscribe to the channel for notifications on these YouTube videos. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. Have a great trading week. We'll see you guys on the charts again next week. Take care, guys.